he was going to ask God why. Why did everything happen the way that it did in his life? And then he was going to fight God to where God would banish him to hell. And the reason he wanted to go to hell was so that he could go kick the devil's ass. Excuse me, getting choked up, I guess. Uh, he wanted to go to hell because he wanted to kick the devil's ass. So he wanted to sacrifice his own salvation to go and get revenge because he hates the devil that much. And that's what my dad wanted to do. And he only came up with doing that after he had a stroke. So I think after he saw the darkest parts of himself and the darkest parts of the world, he realized that God is very real and we all have a choice. And he chose happiness. He chose to be happy. He chose to not sweat the small stuff. He chose to live life his way. But he did it. And he bounced back and he did it. And he preached about it, right? To anyone he talked to. It was about God and love. And that's what got him through his dark times. His faith. And his faith wasn't the kind of faith that took him to church. His faith didn't take him to the Catholic roots that he grew up in. He believed if he walked into a church, it would crumble down and kill him. That's what he really believed. So I can imagine, when my dad told me that he cursed God, he did curse God. He did tell God, screw you and all of those things. And so, he would have had to reconcile with God at some point to be close to him. So, I mean, that's testimony to say that even someone like my dad, who was very stubborn, still had God. And he saw God in everything and everybody. And he believed you could talk to God anywhere. And he did. And it's sad that this world now is like, nobody, please don't talk about God. You're offending me if you talk about God. It's like, God is the only thing that gets some people through the troubles in their life. How is that offensive to you? But somebody using alcohol and drugs to get through, that's not offensive to you? Somebody acting like a freaking idiot online, talking terribly or acting out terrible things, that's not offensive? Well, God is making a comeback. Especially with this election, right? Like, he's not going to be under a bushel anymore. Like it or not, God is coming through. And that's cool. I'm happy for it. I am happy to see it. Because finally people are... Well, I don't want to say people, because people have been saying it forever, but the majority is finally understanding that the reason the country has taken a shit is because the morals have been eroded away. And why have the morals been eroded away? Because God was made to be seen as something bad. God was twisted. So now there's no reason to be a good person. There's no reason to follow the rules. There's no reason to treat others with respect. Because who gives a shit? And that's what's going to change. It's exciting. I guess it's a good time to get back in the workforce. I'm going to have to behave and not talk politics. Not till I get established. I don't want to get in trouble.